Hello everybody, and thank you ever so much for joining me for this Sunday survey and review on this day, Sunday the 21st of April 2019. I was very fortunate to catch this. I was on the Central Pier, and as said, I was very fortunate to capture these two young men having a time of their lives with these boats. They really put on a good show. They went under all the three piers, and as said, a marvellous show was given. This Sunday's review will bring you right up to date with the Sands venue, the Premier Inn, and that new site for the Easy Hotel. Also a little walkabout for you, and after that I have another mystery tour. This is just to show all the visitors without their own transport where they can go with the help of Blackpool Transport. Thank you everybody for watching my videos, and I'm going to start the video off now. I hope you enjoy it. Bye bye.
Very good morning everybody. Wednesday the 17th of April 2019, and you join me today on a sunny windless morning at the site of the Premier Inn. And you will notice that we have two more sections of the framework. Yes, two more lengths of framework at the rear. Can you see them? The last two have been installed yesterday, which was Tuesday. Monday, you may be interested to actually know, Monday, unfortunately, the wind exceeded 38 miles an hour. So there was nothing done up there. You cannot operate this tower crane when the wind reaches 38 miles an hour. There's two warning lights on that crane, one amber and one red. When the red light flashes, the crane operator has to stop work. Nothing can be lifted. And hopefully you can see that from the rear to the front, all the middle of it, all have had construction take place.
We are now round the front now, and I hope you can see the progress that has been made on the 4th and the 5th stories. Yes, quite a lot of girders in place from the front to the rear now. Even with the loss of the Monday, great progress here.
Previous to leaving this site, I would just like to show you this. This was erected over Monday and Tuesday. It is a loading bay area for when the internal work starts. Erected Monday and Tuesday, as I've said, a loading bay area for the crane to lift all items from the actual ground floor up to 3rd level, and they can just wheel it then onto the 3rd or whatever story level is needed. We must move on now, and I hope you have enjoyed the visit to the site of the new Premier Inn.
Thursday the 18th of April 2019, and we are at Waterloo Road, and we're going to see what's happening at this site of the Easy Hotel. Now, as you can see, all the security fencing has all been unfortunately knocked down. For lack of other words, it's literally been knocked down, and so nobody has at the moment started to clear this site up, but I'm sure it won't be very long in the future until this work starts. Now, so that's what's happening here, and now we must simply press on. The same day, Thursday the 18th of April, and we are again at the site of the Premier Inn. Another very fine morning, so there will be rapid progress made here during the day. You can see steel erectors on the 4th floor. And they're just about to receive one of the girders. And now the chain from the crane arrives. One of the steel erectors there just looking down at myself using the camcorder. And that chain has just been grabbed. You saw the steel erector grab it, and yes, that's going to be slotted nicely into place. Up and away, we have another girder on the move. That's going to be lowered. And that will be collected and placed with the help of these steel erectors. There we are, slotted into place nicely. This is a giant metal jigsaw with all the girders all being placed in to make one big picture. Now, we've moved round the front now, and this is very, very interesting indeed. Now, you can see an erector there on the 4th story. Now, what is happening is this crane operator is not only serving erectors at the rear where we've just come from, but also there's a steel erector here at the front. So that crane operator is serving two of them, several at the rear and this one here at the front. Hence the rapid progress. And here comes that girder that will be guided and placed. That should be the last turn now. Yes, he has it safely now and slotting it into place. So there's another piece of the jigsaw, this metal jigsaw. He's just fastening it now to the framework. We are now looking at the front of the Sands Venue Resort Hotel. The town is livening up now because this is the Easter weekend, the start of 4 days holidays. Now, the contractors have tried to help me here with what's going on. Now, this is what I'd like to show you. Now, this is a view from the front to the rear. There's a lot of work going on here, as you can see. Now, I will do my best to explain this. A lot of this is in preparation for the erection of something that the contractors call curtain walling. Now, that is what I've been told. I think really the terminology cladding would probably suffice. The whole of this property, the front, the rear and the two sides, will, as the plans show, will be covered with this curtain walling and cladding. The whole of it, so I'm told. This is a view from the front to the rear at the first of the two sides. Now, to the right where the boards are, where the metal boards are, that will be the start of the extension, which will go over to the left, to the side here. There's an extension here planned. All the concrete work that has to be done where you're viewing at the moment, there's going to be a massive concrete job done here, obviously. Well, that is not likely to start within the next 2 or 4 weeks. This is what I'm advised. It said you can't time anything here. It's not possible. We are now walking along the first side here, and all this will be covered up with that extension as well. And obviously I expect that will receive cladding also. We are at the rear now, looking to the front. A lot of work done here. Now, I've been told to show you this. This is exactly opposite. Now, this is what curtain walling is, cladding. Now this is how the Sands venue will look. Not the same ratio, but this is what the contractors call curtain walling and cladding. I hope you find that interesting. I thank them for telling me this and for telling me to show it. They say this is very similar. All the information that I receive is received through those metal wires and people passing by and noise. If I get it wrong, I apologise and I'm very sorry. I can though still show you the video. But as said, if I do make errors, I apologise. And that takes us to the second and final side, which one day this whole of the property will be Blackpool's only 5-star resort hotel on the promenade. And this completes our visit to the Sands Venue Resort Hotel.
And now everybody, I would like now to start my mystery tour for this Sunday survey. It's something that I've tacked on because obviously when you have a holiday somewhere you don't always stay in the same place. So last week I took you to St Anne's, and today, which is the Wednesday the 17th of April, on a lovely day I'm going to take you on our mystery tour. I'm not going to tell you where we're going. I will meet you there, the first of two places that we will be visiting. To get there I need one of these, one of Blackpool Transport's trams. We are safely on the tram now and we're on our way to the first of two venues. I'm just going to let the camcorder run for a while because the Irish Sea looks very, very nice today along the promenade.
Any more fares off passage, please? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, we leave the North Pier now.
Thank you. Any more fares off passage?
I hope you've enjoyed this little view. I cannot afford to let the camcorder carry on due to the length of time it will make the video, so I will rejoin you when we arrive at our venue. A place of interest just going to come into view. Fisherman's Friend, the very well-known lozenge, Fisherman's Friend, where they make them head office and whatever. Yes, our first port of call is the fleeting town of Fleetwood. We have arrived in Fleetwood and we've just left the tram at somewhere which is known as Fisherman's Walk. The town of Fleetwood is very well known for its fish. If you've had fish and chips anywhere on the Fylde coast, the fish may well have come from these waters, the waters of Fleetwood. On my way to my first port and call for you, I have found this, I've noticed this. John Jenkinson MOT testing centre, and also I think they sell some cars outside on this car lot. Now this is what I want to show you. Adjoining this, Time to Play. I would like to show you these very, very nice miniature cars that are available for the purchase for children. Have a look at these. I'm so pleased the manager has said it's okay for myself to come in and make a video of all these miniature cars. Time to Play, John Jenkinson Centre. This is where we're going. Now this is a name change. It used to be called something else, but now it's called Affinity. Here we are, the entrance to the Affinity. Now if I'm just going to show you this as an Blackpool Transport will run you straight from the North Pier of Blackpool right outside here. There's one of their services there. It's called a number one route, and that will take you all along the seafront from here, Fleetwood, right the way through Cleveleys, and you'll end up in Blackpool. I used to wear these shirts. Quality shirts these are. And right opposite, the shoes to go with it. And of course, something for the ladies. Is it time for a drink? We have the shirt, we have the shoes. Now how about a nice suit?
And something for the kitchen and your dining table.
Another great man's outfitters. My personal favourite, this one here. Inside, lots of things, items of clothing for both men and women. Hotter shoes. The ladies love this shop. Surprise, surprise. Look what is adjacent to all those shops. A marina. A very quick clip of the boats and the yachts moored up in this marina. So much to see here. Please note that the shops I videoed are just 1/10 of what is here. So many shops, there must be 50 plus shops. We must move on now. I'm just going to let this number 1 service take me maybe the 800 yards into Fleetwood town centre. Yes, this one will take you right the way back to Blackpool and the North Pier, or wherever you want to go in Blackpool. That short bus journey, 2 minutes or less, takes you to Fleetwood Clock Tower. And a view of the main road of Fleetwood, containing all the shops that you could think of that you would expect to find in a town on the Fylde coast. Now I must point this out, today is a Wednesday. Now Fleetwood is one of those towns that nearly virtually all closes down on a Wednesday. They have an enormous indoor market here. Well, as it's Wednesday, unfortunately it's not open. However, I wouldn't video there inside if it was open, unfortunately. So I'd just like to point that out. If you do visit Fleetwood, which I'm sure you will, please try to avoid the Monday and Wednesday. Avoid the Monday and Wednesday and the Sunday, and everything will be open. Thank you ever so much for staying with me on my mystery tour. So far we've had a nice ride on the tram and an actual bus, the bus route number 1. Now I wonder if there's any other form of transport that we can take. We've had those 2 forms. Now I wonder what's round this corner here. How quaint, how tranquil. We are now at the Fleetwood to Knott End ferry area. So yes, I can take you for another journey, this time on the ferry. Have just turned round and walked a couple of 100 yards. There's a very nice museum here in Fleetwood and very well worth a visit. At the moment there's scaffold outside, but the museum is fully opened. It's fully open to the public. I'll just show you all the scaffold work. Fleetwood Museum, and as I say, well worth a visit. Just a couple of 100 yards from where you last saw me. A quick look at all the premises adjacent to the entry of this ferry. I just remind you that today's Wednesday, so a lot of these will be closed up. An advantage to myself because it makes it easier for myself to video. The entrance to the ferry. This will take us across the water to Knott End. Thank you to Fleetwood for having myself here this morning to show a minimum of what is available in Fleetwood. Thank you very much. And here we are. This is the ferry that we will be catching. It has arrived from Knott End and about to berth now here at Fleetwood Ferry. There is a little charge for this to keep the ferry running, but for the experience it is worth every coin. The time is 1 o'clock in the afternoon and we will be on the 1:15 sailing. Just waiting to board the ferry now. Now on the horizon you can see the land of Knott End. That is where we're going. Now the water that we will be travelling on is the River Wyre. Now this River Wyre round the next cove will then run into the Irish Sea. We are now on board this ferry. Maximum number of passengers is 35. And isn't this quaint? How exciting, a trip over to Knott End on this River Wyre and this great little ferry. Please always phone this telephone number here to find out the time of the last ferry, because it changes each day. Please, first of all, previous to arriving or wanting a ride on this ferry, please check here with this phone number. Thank you. And a wonderful welcoming notice here. The captain has just started the motor and we are now sailing on the River Wyre on our way to Knott End.
Can you sit down while we're moving, please?
Well, this is our third form of transport today and I hope you are enjoying my mystery tour. Inching ever so closer now to something that is known as Knott's Landing. I wonder if you can remember the TV series Knott's Landing. To our left you will see the start of the Irish Sea and a very busy sea channel. We have now berthed at Knott End, Knott's Landing in fact. The little jetty here. The crew just watering the sand away that's appeared on the walkway which will take us up to Knott End itself. We just have to make our way now up along this slipway. At the end of the slipway you will find the Knott End Cafe and to its right the Coast Guards. And please have a look at this. This is the number 2C which starts and finishes here. This will take you right back to any part of Blackpool that you want. Knott End offers very, very high standard of flats and houses. These flats have the joy of looking over the River Wye. Just off the seafront we meet the first parade of shops in this land of Knott End. There's Knott End Clock Tower, and a look up the road where there's several shops on the left and right hand side, and a very, very well known estate agent on the Fylde coast. We can look right back to that ferry, and I can show you there's a glorious walk which I myself have just done. We're back on the promenade now, and this glorious walk adjacent to the River Wye when it's in goes right the way up here. This is one of my haunts. I do enjoy this very, very much. And it is from here that I would like to close this mystery tour and this whole video up. I wish to thank everybody who watches my videos, and I do hope that you've enjoyed this week's mystery tour. Just somewhere for visitors to Blackpool to escape the very busy area of Blackpool, and as I hope to have shown, you can have a nice little tram ride and a ferry ride and you end up in Knott End. Now, Blackpool Transport will take you back from here to Blackpool Tower, say, in just under 1 hour. Now, as said, I'm going to close this up now, and I'm just going to go around the corner and catch the number 2C, which will drop me off at my little retirement flat. I do thank everybody again for watching these videos, and please have a wonderful afternoon and a marvellous evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you.